Hey guys, it's Todd from Like Minded Lunatics, bringing you, it's another Drink, Play, Swear. Hey, this is a special holiday edition of Drink, Play, Swear. It's all we do around here. I mean, besides drinking really cheap beer at Christmas time, it's all we care to do around here. I'll get through the intro materials fast today because it's the holidays. Bang! If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. And bang, please check out my buddy and writing partner Mark Gifford's other content on the channel. There are quite a few of us involved here at Like Minded Lunatics. Ricky, Lottie, Jim, but Mark is the one spinning the plates behind the scenes. Shout out to Mark. Happy holidays, my friend. How you doing?
Couldn't be better, Todd.
All right. Let's do this. What do we do here at Drink, Play, Swear? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. I play a game, usually a classic one, pair it with a beverage, and we tell stories. Well, holiday stories today. Merry Christmas to you and happy holidays. Here we are in December, and we are playing Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System because, yes, Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. So I'm going to call this a Christmas game. What am I pairing with it today? Another blue and silver delight? Question mark. This is a Tecate Light because around the holidays we do find ourselves drinking some cheap crap out of the fridge. Tecate's not crap, but it is only 3.9% alcohol. I may have to have a couple of these today. Get yourself something, please, and let's get started. I mean, thankfully they're ice cold, but yeah, that's not the greatest flavor I've ever had. All right, what are we getting into in terms of the story today? Well, we'll get there, but first I just want to say I love this movie. It's from my childhood, Batman Returns. It does remind me of Christmas. It reminds me of the holidays, but there's my favorite Batman right there, Michael Keaton. And he did a fantastic job in those Tim Burton movies, didn't he? And every time I watch that and I see that big Gotham Christmas tree coming down and the bats in it and everything, what a wonderful pairing from your childhood, right? So here today, I have my Batman shirt and my, Christmas hat, my Santa hat, to remember this great movie and talk to you about Christmas memories today. This is a fairly traditional beat-em-up. This game came out on the NES as well, I believe, but you know, it's an 8-bit format. This one looked more like the arcade style, the 16-bit. And man, I don't know if you were around during the Super Nintendo era, but do you remember that, especially with these arcade beat-em-ups, that when you played them at home, it actually felt like just as good as the arcade? Especially if your parents were kind enough to get you for Christmas one of those arcade joysticks, do you know what I mean? I see them on Amazon now. They still sell them for all the modern consoles. I've been tempted to get one for myself for Christmas. Those arcade joysticks. You always think you're going to be able to replicate the arcade experience, but man, when I make a little more money, when this Like My Lunatics thing actually starts paying dividends, I'm going to get myself a real arcade machine. Maybe I'll get this game. I love a beat 'em up. You know me, I love the final fights and all of these kind of beat 'em up, Streets of Rage, these beat 'em up style games. Look at this dude with a bazooka. Merry Christmas, Christ. And so, look, already dead. And I love this game. I love this style of game. And I love Christmas. Yes, I know we spend a little more time talking about Halloween here on Like Minded Lunatics, but I do love Christmas. And today, I thought we could kick back, play a game, have a drink, and talk Christmas nostalgia. And I just wanted to talk about what Christmas means to me and what Christmas has meant to me through the years. I guess that means you have to sort of start at the beginning, don't you? And just like every little kid, In the United States, I celebrated Christmas, loved Christmas, and the focus was on Santa. We were not a religious household, and so it was Santa influenced as opposed to Jesus influenced. But it still meant a lot to us, and it was about being thankful, about being grateful. It was about giving and receiving. And it's a wonderful time of year when you're a little kid because, well, you're just self-centered. You're just hoping for cool stuff, right? My kids are 11 and 5 right now. This is Christmas 2022 when I'm recording this. And yeah, they are beginning to start thinking about, oh, what could they get their parents or what could they get their grandma for Christmas, but mostly, right, they're worried about themselves. They made Christmas lists this year, and it's a bunch of Legos, which is great because, like, I don't know, that's what I was wanting when I was their age. Legos and video games, they're still the top of the kid lists, I guess, or at least they were the top of mine, and they are the top of my kids. I remember being a little kid, being so excited for Santa to visit. You get a little older, right? And you get sort of like, what, bitter and jaded? You care less about Christmas, less about Santa. Why? Because when you're a teenager, look at this dude. I don't remember him from the movie. Was he in the movie? I remember the clown guys, but I don't remember this dude with fire. What? Oh, he's the Satan guy. What better character to show up in a Christmas game is Satan himself and multiple incarnations. Merry Christmas, Satan. And also, Merry Christmas to you guys. But yeah, you get into high school, you get a little jaded, you get sort of sarcastic, and it's fun to pretend you don't care about these things. But you have to admit, when you watch your favorite stuff from when you were a kid on TV and on movies, you still do have that little nostalgic bone show up. What, nostalgic bone? Todd, that doesn't make any sense. There is no bone. Show me an anatomy book with the nostalgia bone. Well, it's pretty small on me. Merry Christmas. It's pretty small on me. Mark, if you're thinking, Mark, are you there?
Yeah, man.
Hey, how you doing, by the way? You all right?
I'm doing pretty jolly.
Okay. If you're thinking about marketing new materials for the holidays, what about Merry Christmas? Mine's pretty small. What do you think about that? Tecate, like.
I love that. It's both festive and accurate.
Oh, I'm trying to kill it so I can have a second one with you guys. And here he comes. Look at this in full Christmas glory. We got the tree behind us here. I just burst out of a enormous Christmas package in order to kick evil clowns' asses. I love Tim Burton's nightmarish delights. Ooh, died. Ooh, died. And look at that, the beautiful Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman there. All right, I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, when you're a teenager, you get to be like kind of sarcastic about, caring about Christmas. But that goes away, doesn't it? At some point in your life, that goes away. Now, for me, it went away because I eventually had my own kids. My daughter was born when I was 30, and my son 5 years later. And so I was ready by the time I was that age to be nostalgic again for Christmas. This awful beer is making me burp. You're just gonna have to put up with it. I feel like the redneck redeemer over here. Maybe I'll give you a good one, a good holiday burp before the end. Not right this second, because I sort of like tried to quietly release the last couple. But we'll get a couple here for the holidays, won't we? You ever have that creepy uncle at the Christmas parties who's just making an ass of himself? That'll be me today. Unky Todd will do that for you today. Mm-hmm. Here we go. And into a second one. Why not? Here's to it. Merry Christmas. All right. I want to find a boss here. You know me. I always want to face a boss when I'm playing these games with you. Even if I lose to them, I want to show you a good time, right? All right. So yeah, we go through these different periods of our lives where we have a different relationship with Christmas, I guess is my point. And that relationship is fairly simple when you're a kid. And hopefully, if you have decent parents and a decent childhood, it means that you felt a certain magic. That magic is sure to fade away as you age and as you come into your own maturity. But I am proud of the fact that I have been able to find that emotional, and call it sentimentality, but that emotional feel for what Christmas can provide, even somebody my age. And it's largely due to my kids, you know. It's largely due to showing them, trying to show them a good Christmas. So what do I want to share as a concrete Christmas memory today as we try to wrap up here? I remember that when I was 5 years old, I woke up on Christmas morning and I was so excited. I didn't know what I was going to get, right? But there was a big box. And you know, you get excited about the big box, don't you? Now, a bunch of little boxes, and my mom got me, as always, like, socks in my stocking and practical items and all that stuff, toiletries. But you saved the best ones, or at least I did, the best big boxes for the end. This dude is kicking my ass. He doesn't even look like that cool of a boss. Do you know what I mean? Kind of embarrassed about it. But you saved the big boxes for the end, at least I did. And that year, when I was 5 years old, the big box, it was Castle Grayskull. It was Castle Grayskull. And I was a huge, as I've said in previous episodes, a huge He-Man and the Masters of the Universe fan. That was one of the big gifts for me as a kid that still, like, rings in my ears and through my memories, is getting the actual Castle Grayskull. Because toys, you know, when we were kids, this is the size of a toy, right? Here's a Lego creation my kids made. This is the size of a toy. It fits in one hand. But if you were lucky enough to get a massive toy, can you just for a second remember what it felt like as a kid to have that flutter of emotion when you were overjoyed by something that you were given by someone else? So listen, man, as we wrap up today, what I'm going to say is, if I'm going to challenge you this Christmas, I will say, get me something that makes me feel that way. No, no, I'm going to say, find someone in your life that you care about, and maybe think about trying to wake that up in them, even if they're bitter old cranky fucks like me and Mark, Jim, Lottie, and Ricky. And see if you can just wake their hearts up and give them a joy. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to get them a Z28, a red Z28 outside their house, specifically my house, red Z28. If you want to do it, I'll give you my address. DM me. DM me. Hey, between now and the next time I talk to you, this is a full Tecate Light, but Merry Christmas, and let's do it. In between now and the next time I talk to you, I hope you're well. See ya.